Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Saturday, July 20th, around 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. Geomagnetic Storm Watch is on, and we're waiting to pop up to G1 Geomagnetic Storm anytime soon, which means tonight might be a great night for aurora, especially if you're in the high latitudes. Keep calm. It's boom time. The National Weather Service reports record-breaking 24 tornadoes in Chicagoland area during severe weather on Monday. Holy macaroni. The National Weather Service says there were 24 tornadoes on Monday in Chicagoland, a record number of tornadoes in a single day in the forecast area. The National Weather Service said Friday that they had identified at least 24 tornadoes so far that occurred during the severe weather on Monday. Those included 14 EF0 tornadoes, 9 EF1s, and 1 EF2. It appears as if the tornado zone in North America is shifting, folks. Governor Kathy Hochul asked Biden for emergency declaration after severe weather devastates parts of New York. The only problem is Biden is hiding in Rehoboth. There seems to be some significant damage across the state on July 17th. Take a look at this. A church, the roof appears to have collapsed. So our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to those affected in those communities. June was one of the wettest in state history for Wisconsin. And good news, the state is now drought-free after the entire state struggled with drought last year. Almost like drought and deluge are a cycle. You know, natural climate variability type cycle. Here's the U.S. Drought Monitor, and we can see the drought has shifted over the last 5 to 10 years from the west to the south and east. Pretty interesting. Climate is always changing, and it has nothing to do with you folks or CO2, which is plant food, by the way. Here's the full forecast. Hazardous heat in the western U.S., heavy rain and flooding potential in the southern Rockies. Let's break it down. Widespread high temperatures in the 90s with heat indices exceeding 100 degrees. The heat indices are used to scare you and mean nothing. So the highs will be in the 90s, and they will persist across the western U.S. this weekend into next week. For those that don't know, middle July and the end of July, the hottest time of the summer in many regions. Some daily high temperature records are forecast to be tied or broken. Can you believe that? In the summer? Oh my goodness. Monsoon conditions continue to linger across the southern Rockies. It's cool out, currently 69 degrees. It's actually a little chilly. And cloudy, by the way, but not a single drop has fallen in my neck of the woods. But southern Rockies are posing a heavy rainfall threat, which may lead to additional flash flooding, especially in southern New Mexico and those burn scars near Ruidoso. And our hearts and thoughts go out to those affected. We were just talking about that tonight with some people, and, well, it's a terrible situation down there in Ruidoso. Quick look at the GFS model. Let's back it up all the way till now, and you can see how all these pop-up storms in the west are occurring, and a persistent system here. Go 3, 6, 9 hours, 12 in the morning, the Four Corners. And so this is going to be the flooding threat for that Ruidoso tomorrow afternoon. Could be devastating. Hopefully we get some rain out here. We need it, but the pattern is going to persist in the east with deluge after deluge coming for days. Let's take a quick look at the total accumulated precipitation, and it may just blow your mind. Watch how wet it gets in the southeast. Well, the East Coast in general, even central New York, is going to be picking up 5 or more inches through the Catskills and up towards the Dax. And heavy rain, we could be seeing 12, 14, 16 inches in some areas of South Carolina, North Carolina, and even Virginia. And heavy rain in the Four Corners region, 5, 6, 7 inches in areas of Arizona, New Mexico, and southern Colorado. How do you like them apples? All the drought we are seeing in the southeast on the drought monitor, let's take a look. All this is going to be coming to an end really quickly, especially in West Virginia with these types of totals. That drought map is going to shift dramatically. Seismic update. Very low level activity worldwide today on the USGS map, which is good news for you and I. Worldwide volcano news for the 20th. Liwatobi puffing to 10,000 foot today. Sabancaya to 24,000 foot. Semeru to 15. Who knew? Now you do. Abeko puffing to 9,000 foot today. Sakurajima on the list. 11,000 foot puff. Sangay to 19. Liwatobi volcano 10,000 foot puff. Sakurajima 16,000 foot puff there. Merapi. No volcanic ash is observed on the satellite. I'm just wasting my breath here. Sabancaya puffing to 20,000 foot. Ibu to 7. Holy Macaroli Fuego to 15. Good day here. Semeru. Volcanic ash observed on the webcam. Good news. Liwatobi to 10. Sangay to 20,000. Ibeko puffing and passing. Semeru also on the list for the 14th time. Popo coming in today. Good news for those in Mexico City. They witnessed a discrete volcanic ash emission to 19,000 feet. And that wraps up worldwide volcano news for the day. Space weather update coming for the 20th. Not the funniest, but look at the last 24 hours. Low-level activity, some impulsive low-level M flares, nothing spectacular. Solar max is a fizzle, and now dropping down into solar minimum. Quick look at the disk shows a straight line. Bing, bang, boom, boom, bing, boom, boom, of sunspots across the southern hemisphere there, but very little activity. And we are currently waiting for a geomagnetic storm to kick in here. Let's take a look at the aurora forecast. Currently, not much going on. Little bit of probability there. KP just pushing up above 2. Not much going on. Boulder now pushing up above 3. As we take a look at telemetry here, we're waiting for a shift in the phi angle, spike in density, anything, but nothing is currently happening. So we'll keep a close eye on that for you, as you should as well, over at Solarham. Are they at com or net? Solarham.com, where you can keep up with the latest and see if the geomagnetic storm arrives tonight and we get some potential aurora. Now, in just a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes from now, Leah and Ransom Godwin and I are going to have a great discussion on magnetic excursions and reversals like the one we're living. Could doomsday come from a reversal of the magnetic poles? Well, the 1 hour discussion will be on lessons from the Lechamp excursion. And by the way, if you don't know, during the Lechamp magnetic excursion, 41,500 years ago, there was a polarity reversal that lasted for 400 years, where the North Pole resided in Antarctica for 400 years. It was also in New York and Oregon, for goodness sake. So join us for a fantastic review of all the recent data and newest papers on the topic. Learn what's coming and how to survive and thrive in the future. Speaking of which, Ransom joined us on our podcast, so please subscribe to his channel over at Mountain High Time /420TV on YouTube. The link will be below in the description box. Let's get him up to 2,000 subs. Do you think we can do that? That means we need a lot of you, 200 of you, 620 of you to come over here and subscribe. Do it now. Do it now. An ear bandage is so unnecessary, says the leftists. The same people who wore masks alone in their cars for 3 years. And some of them, well, they're still doing it. You want to know about real preparedness and surviving and thriving in bad times, like a grid down scenario? The Jase case. It's the only place you can get emergency medications for long-term storage. Up to 12 months of any of your necessary medications will be sent directly to you. No questions asked. Use our own doctors. Don't use yours. Some doctors are refusing people of even things like ivermectin. Our doctors will give it to you over at Jay's Case. Trust me. Do not go to your doctor. Our doctors are the ones you should be speaking to. Now, this isn't really medical information. Trust your own sources. But at Jay's Case, you can personalize your emergency case and put anything you want in it, including antibiotics, diabetic medication, let's say that banned ivermectin, all of it, including other add-ons are available. Maybe you have asthma and you want some albuterol or some inhalers or stuff, a year's supply. You can get that at Jay's Case. Support the channel by supporting your own preparedness. And that's a boon to knowledge. Please join us in just a moment over at Magnetic Reversal News for the most important hour you could ever listen to. We love each and every one of you. Hit the thumbs up. It's free. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Get a Jace case. It supports the channel and it supports your family. And that's the truth. And that's a boon to knowledge. We'll see you in a few minutes. We love you.